Hello, Divine Sunshiners.
I pulled some cards today about the energies that I am feeling.
Where we are. The Divine Masculine is having growing pains about really truly having to grow up spiritually and mature.
These are the tests that you've already had before. These are the tests that you kind of maybe failed before. These are the tests that's saying, hey, this is the moment you've been prepared for. Now let me see how you're going to be able to handle it now. Clear. YouTube channel. All right, see you in a few. Benefits. So the story is still from your ancestors. It's still stored in your body.
Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine, and I am doing something that I have yet to have done in public, but I've always done each year, even with my mom, and I've told her about what's happening. A lot of things have came true. I did this. Ooh, when I started doing prophesizing that, maybe about the late 90s. Yeah, and that's when I started kind of really being able to hone and the gift of being prophetic and looking and seeing about what the year is. Okay, so what I do is I base that upon looking at the Bible verse of Psalms, which is chapter 122. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of the chapters, each one of the verses, and then I'll break it down and tell you what my spirit guides and everybody is. So before I do that, invoke the violet flame and the power of protection of Archangel Michael and all the angels and the ancestors to help and assist and guide me. I ask for my grandmother to be here for accuracy and clarity of what I'm reading. I ask for my grandfather to be here as well as for a source of protection from the ancestors too as well, and I ask for my dad to be here as well to give me the source of pearls of wisdom as well, and as any other light workers or other ascended masters as well to help to ascend me as I go forth and break down about what the year 2022 is going to come about and show. So I thank you so very much for being present with me and working with me as I am being an open vessel for the messages that the people need to hear and understand about what is the year coming forth about. Okay, all right there. And I forgot, in the dogs too, they help to also. So the first thing when I look at this, I see there are 9 verses. So year 2022 is about a ending of cycles. Okay, that's the first thing that popped up when I looked at it. We have here also a song of decrees of David. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. A lot of this is, again, to me, is a reconnection with spirit, with God, with source. This year is about really realigning. They already stated that the year of 2022 is going to be one of being in divine feminine energies, which means being. And divine feminine energies is more just about being, but it's about observing about things as far as how you are, the state of being that you are showing up. As these other years were like really prep years to kind of really help to transform you to really not be the same way. Plus we're also moving into the energies of the age of Aquarius, where the Aquarius or the golden age is here. The 5th dimension is here. You can tell even if you have been one, that you're manifesting quicker. You know, things are coming in alignment. It's like, oh my God, my hearts and desires are things that I had wanted. You're seeing it, things are aligning, like you're getting pushed, you're floating towards that, and you're becoming more one with your desires. Like it's actually like, this is like, you know, like what's his name? Oh Lord, I can see him. That what a wonderful world. You're moving into that, and you really truly believe that Louis Armstrong. you really truly, I got to remind myself, stop checking here, check down here, that you're moving into that. You know, David also song of degrees of David. Degrees to me looks like, again, we're moving into the energies when we talk about even for light workers. There's degrees, there's steps, there's been changes, like a circle, like the cycle. Each degree has been leading us to come to an end of a cycle, because it's 360. So again, that means we've been doing like a really complete turnaround for us with the light workers and being divine as well. And so this song, David went through a lot of trials too as well. David already came from a lineage of being king as well, but we know that with David, with the Goliath and him having to kind of work with things and understand who he is, he also got off track too as well. And so then coming back to it, and then he kind of came to, yeah, this is who I am King David. So this is where we talk about light workers or being divine or twin souls or whatever like that. There's been a cycle of being on the path, off the path, on the path, off the path. All these things are needed, like I said in the previous the one that I did about the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of that's needed. There is no really good, bad, and ugly. We call it that because it changes our frequency. It makes us feel lighter, or it makes us feel heavier. And so this is all needed for us to be able to turn back to source. Okay, that's verse number 1. First verse. Okay. Our feet shall stand within thy gates of Jerusalem. Interesting. I'm talking about. I took off my shoe to rub my feet. Feet is also representation of your standing, your understanding. What have you been standing on? Okay, and so our feet. So now it's something about also with the land that's going to be helping. We're going to be talking about too as well. There has been some issues about when I'm thinking about land, like supplies. So there's anything that has to be like oil or minerals, anything like that, they bring it to me again that's underneath the feet, growing the crops and things like that. There's going to be some interesting things that's going to be happening with that. Gates, there is, again, gates are also boundaries. Gates also are a limitation. Stand within thy gates of Jerusalem. Jerusalem does open up a thing of a freedom as well with that. And so, you know, our feet shall stand. There has been a wavering too about that. There's going to be also, I got to go back to that. It's going to be a thing about anything that's like through land, crops, gas, minerals, things, anything that's beyond underneath the land there. Might be experiencing some earthquakes too as well. Anything trembling there, because I'm thinking about something about that jumps off to me is about stability, being stable. That can also be about some things that happened previously and being out before. I'm saying as well. Like weather, it might be some things like weather might be a little kind of little off there too as well. I'm being shown there. Mostly about land, things as landforms like earthquakes, you know, things of that nature. Standing, some things are going on underneath the surface too as well, like platelets and things like that. There's some movements there because we got to find some stability to be able to stand. Even in our world, we're going to find some things that have happened that's going to make us kind of like, okay, I got to stand firm in what I know. Rather, it's things that are being said outside about the panda or whatever it is about health-wise or things of that nature, about making choices. People are going to really firmly be standing and saying, hey, no, this is what I am, this is what I'm doing. You might even find yourself even in relationships, even in the connection, saying, hey, this is where I stand, this is what I hate. Forget all about whatever is going on the outside, but I'm going to firmly stand on this. Because that the gates, to me, that goes back to that personal opening of the gates of Jerusalem, where's your freedom, where's your spirituality, as too as well, for you to be able to step in spiritually as a person or a twin flame or a light worker too. There's some things that you're going to find yourself specifically standing firm in. Maybe some things you have been wavering as far as maybe the mission or what you're going to actually do. You're going to find yourself firmly standing in that as well. So it ain't gonna be no more wavering. So that could be also if you have things in like third party situations as well. If it's not something like, you know, I place my feet on solid rock and wherever my feet and everything else is sinking sand, you can fix it. But that's what I'm being shown there. It's like, hey, if it can't be, your foot can't solidly be placed there, it's going to sink like sinking sand. So if it's some third party things and whatever it is, energies that is not a solid foundation there, or it don't align with where spirit wants you to be, or it don't align with where your soul is, that stuff is going to be pushed away. Okay. So number 3 here, verse number 3, Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together. So, there's some things where we're talking about cities. Compacted to me is also talking about these populations. Compacted to me is something's going to be happening with populations. Something's going to be happening with the populations, the number of populations too. When it's compacted to me, is saying again, there's not a room for it to grow. There's not room for it to be able to have this certain amount of freedom to go into that as well. So something's going to happen to kind of like, we got to kind of clear up and open up and free up the masses there. Compacted means slapped together too as well. So there's going to be some things of like, it's got to be like really put together too. Now this goes several ways like that. Compacted means it's going to be some people coming together to stand on something or a belief or a thing. Compacted also means 11:11. Compacted means again it's a tightening or a restriction, okay, that's going to be also put upon or placed as well. Well, we already experiencing that, so that's something that's going to be like an issue too. Build it as a city. Let me go real quick to another one. Jerusalem means habitation of peace. In a man, it is abiding consciousness of spiritual peace, which is the result of continuous realization of spiritual power tempered with spiritual poise and confidence. Jerusalem is the city of David, which symbolizes the great nerve center just back of the heart. Okay, so let me go back to that one. Yeah, it's still about this thing. Whatever it is happening again, we maybe can also watch it that it might be something going on in a city that has a lot of great is like considered the heart, or is considered a city that has like it's a problem with peace there. And in having a problem with peace there, there's going to be something that's going to happen that's going to impact, this is good and bad and ugly, the population of people there, and it's going to help it to revert back to becoming peace, because there's no peace there. You know, sometimes like they always say, something bad has to happen in order for something good to happen. So look for this city that's got like a lot of population of people, and in order for it to come back to being peace, the state of peace that it really is, something's going to happen with the population population of people. It's like it's got a lot of people, but it's too compacted, because in order for this peace to really actually happen, some stuff has got to come in there to break it up. So look for a city that this is going to happen, like to population. Something could be like bad, like population of people might die off. Population of people might migrate and move. Something may happen because of the earth. Like I say about land, something going on with that that's going to cause this area for this city to kind of say, okay, be no more. Because of the people that are in there, and it might be like, again, a thinning off of people in that one. So that's what I'm being brought with that. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord. Tribes, they're going to be some coming together. Thank you. Coming together of people, tribes. Now these tribes can be, again, you hear people, oh, this is my tribe, you know, this like the village. It depends on the alignment of the frequency. These people are going to come together because of this frequency, or this different interest, or hobbies, or likes, or beliefs, or ideology, or psychology, that they're going to come together, just like the divine as well. Twins and the communities and those things coming together as well, and to the testimony of the Israel. One thing that we're saying about that Israel, I know, is also has been bondage too as well, and people leaving and fleeing to be able to become free because of the how to say it, the mandate, or the way things have been said, has been done. It's something about the leadership that's going on. It's really going to be causing people to kind of, again, band together because of the type of leadership that has been going on. It's like Israelites, let my people, well, that's Egypt too as well. But as well, it's something about, yeah, I'm thinking about that one too, but that's all together. It's something about, it's still saying about the leadership. It's the leadership that's going on there. There's a sense of a need of a freedom that needs to be happening there. And this is why people are going to feel like they're going to have to kind of like band together. I'm going to look again about that. Okay. I always look up so I don't want Israel, the spiritual meaning of Israel. Israel's spiritual meaning is a place of revelation, letting us journey to the true north of our internal compass. Okay, so that goes back to, like I said before, there is something about, again, freedom is a leadership. Is again, so to me, that would be like the divine masculine energies, and understanding that, again, that it's a point of revelation. And I feel that something is going to be revealed in 2022 that's going to make people say, we got to band. Okay, there go another confirmation that we got to band together. We've got to come together, because they come together right now over me. And they're going to be because of either interests or beliefs or whatever, because of this revelation that came out. And it's almost going to have people like picking sides too as well. But they're going to come together because, again, something about this freedom about, to me, I'm going to say again, about government or leadership that has came out about the revelation about that. And it's going to make people, again, unto testimony of Israel about the revelation. So there's going to be some testimonies. There's going to be some people coming out that's going to be testifying on some stuff too, as about this revelation that's helping them, because, again, about what's the trueness, what's the truth about what's coming out. Now, this is coming from the Bible. All I'm doing is interpreting. So the truth about what's going on. So it could be the good or the bad. It doesn't matter. Either it's for the whatever, or it's not for that. Okay. But it's either or way that you can be able to go with that. So it's not that, but it's whatever it is the truth is about to come out. To give thanks unto the name of the Lord. To me, it's about the name. Something about that name comes off again is about what we identify. What have we named it? What hasn't been named? And truly saying that ain't really what the name of it. That's not really what its true identity is. So there's something about some identities coming out that maybe people have been portraying themselves, identifying themselves as one way, or claiming it that way, and now it's going to cause for people to say, okay, you know, hey, we know the truth about it. It has been revealed, and so now it's going to cluster some things. It might even also, now they bring this to me too as well, about something about this Democratic and Republican and some about these parties too as well. It might cause some people to shift politically what things, the parties that they had stood with, that they had claimed to be. It might also be even religion. It might be some people that say, hey, I might be this. It might say, hey, I ain't this no more. I think I'm kind of gravitating to be this now as well. Tribes. To me, again, it also remind me again about ethnicity and race and stuff. Some things about what we had thought we had known about different races and ethnicities. We might be finding out that there is a difference to that. And how we might even claim who we are too as well. And so that's a mind-blowing thing, but that's another thing they're saying that might be coming out too as well. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Oh no, I came up with that one. So, which means pray for our consciousness of spiritual peace, a spiritual power tempered with that temperance, spiritual poise and confidence. So again, we have to make sure that we pray for that we at all times that we are poised, at all times we are confident in our spiritual, where we are, where we're opening up, where we're going to be as people. Let me go back. For there are set thrones of judgment, of thrones of the house of David. A lot of judgment is going to be thrown at whoever's in power and leadership roles. Is people are going to be judging, period, across the board. Even the ones that to me is really coming with good intentions. And that's almost like that movie I seen, Don't Look Up, or Look Up. That I had seen that, you know, even with the role of, if you've seen it with Leo, and he was like, you know, trying to tell them about things that were going on in with the comet and how it was coming to Earth to destroy it, and they didn't believe, you know, these things. I'm gonna make it one more time. I know. You just doing you. That's my baby. David represents divine love individualized in human consciousness, love and being. God is the idea of perfect unity in all existence. When this divine idea is focused in man, it is the Christ love on its inner side and the Jesus love on its outer. Okay, I didn't take anybody else out, did I? Okay, thank you. Okay, so now that means even the ones that are here to spread love and real pure love and really like light workers or whatever like that, it's like judge and unless ye be judged. Everybody all down, rather, whatever you're doing, everybody's going to be looking at and judging, whether you're spiritual, not spiritual, atheist, and whatever like that. Everybody's looked at. There's some things that's going to be judged. What I think about judgment too is about somebody's going to be on trial too. in leadership. And they're going to be, well, even if they have done, the works have been good as well, but it's, again, they bring me like almost like Cuomo as well. That was up there. Was he senator or mayor as well? Yeah, Governor Cuomo. And him, although he did good things, I believe in my eyes, for New York. However, he had some other things that going on, and that overshadowed all the good stuff that he had did, because he held firm like, no, I'm not going to do this. No, we ain't doing this. That don't make any kind of sense. And he was against, Trump. And I know it's always a lot of stuff that could be behind the scenes about that, but the overall, what was portrayed again was that. And a lot of times people that's coming in for good, a lot of times, and they'll be shot down. Government or anybody will come along and find some kind of way to poke holes in them like Swiss cheese to say, hey, this ain't gonna work, and so we got to bring it down. So that's going to be happening to people in leadership roles too as well. They even did it to Barack Obama, and he portrayed to be very, pretty much, I'm for the people and whatever like that. Of course, behind everything, it's always behind the scenes. There's always an underscore or underscript to what's going on behind that. So I'm not here about politics, but they are bringing that up there against leadership roles. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. And again, when we talk about praying for the peace of Jerusalem, we know that Jerusalem means the habitation of peace. In man is this concept. So we need to pray for, in man as humans, the abiding consciousness of spiritual peace, which is the result of continuous realization of spiritual power tempered with spiritual poise and confidence. The great nerve. Something about, to me, they're saying that something is going to hit that's going to be a great nerve. Like somebody, they working on my nerve. They hit that good nerve. And you hit that good nerve, okay, it's over with. I don't know if I can find myself back again. And so that's going to be an issue. There's going to be, they say, some civil unrest. So yeah, it's going to be some unrest, because anytime you hit somebody's nerve like that, there's going to be some unreadiness, some unsettledness there. And that's why they say you got to pray that and within all of that people will reset and return back to being peace, that they will be able to reside in that peace that passes all understanding beyond what's going on and what's being shown in the world, that they can be able to go back to that confidence and be poised about that. Poised means that's who I am in my being. I emanate that from within. Just like they see in the picture there as well. So there's going to be some praying. You don't pray for peace unless you already have peace. Unless there's no peace. So there's going to be some things, some things that's going to be some unsettling things that needs to be settled in 2022. I already said that. Pray, peace be within thy walls and prosperity within thy palaces. Peace be within thy walls. That means your borders. I think about here in the United States, might be some issues about the wall that has been put up. Other people coming from other places, immigrants, Mexico as well. I'm thinking about walls there. Thinking about homes. Homes have walls there within. And also us as people, us having walls as well. That we have put up. We have to watch ourselves and also be of protection of ourselves as well. Because it's going to get a little interesting. Prosperity within the walls. Again, there's going to be some issues with finances as well. Prosperity, you got to pray, because in order for you to pray for it, that means you ain't got it. So we got a point of there's going to be some interesting times as far as prosperity. Spirit wants me to let you know, you create your own wall, create your own world, or you create your own wall. That is true. as well. What things that you are able to keep in and keep out. This is like a fortress. What things you don't want to occur and to happen into your world, you create that. Say again, no things of lack and things that's not love of hatred. Keep at all times, keep yourself sealed in that surrounding bubble that also is built like a wall too as well, to keep yourself with some type of boundary and a wall of protection against around yourself at all times. That's one thing that they're saying, that to bring that in so that that stuff does not come near you or near you. Psalms 91st Psalm is always very good to say. If you got those times that you're saying that you're scared and you don't. I've been a living witness. I was in an interesting relationship when I was in college, and I'll just say that. And the guy, he did hit me. However, it wasn't like always abusive. It was more so, might be financial abusive. A lot of manipulation, stuff of that like that, because that's the time, place, that's where I was. I didn't have my walls up or my boundaries up like I should have. And my mom, the warrior that she is, she came in, she intervened, that cut that out as well. And so then it had been like months. I had seen him in a while. Went down there while I was down in Atlanta, went to Chick-fil-A. Every day my mom has always said, you got to say the Psalms 91st Psalm. 91st Psalm, you say 91st Psalm. And I had went up to the counter at Chick-fil-A. That's when it just came out down there at Lenox Mall. You all know, in the food court. They probably have changed it by now because I haven't been down there in quite some time. And I was literally, like, I was here, and he was literally like right here, like this bed right here. And he turned around, and I swear by God, he looked like he looked right on through me. Like, you know, okay, like if he could, he probably would have took his hand and went right on straight, just almost like the movie, like, shh, right on through me. And like I had became transparent. And there's a verse in there, and I always remember, and it is 91st Psalm, where it said, I will protect you with my wings, and then it'll be from no harm. And I believe that at that time they had did that, because I'm sure probably at that time he would have said that he might have had did something. But I mean, he looked at me as if I had turned into Casper Ghost. I was not there. I became transparent. I became like the part of the environment, and he just looked around, and that was it, and turned back around, and that was it. And that's why I say how powerful it is that, you know, I understand about this. We're talking about religion, but then there is how we put things in stuff, like I said in the other video. And the stuff, the power of things, or the truth is in stuff, but people come along and try to discredit stuff. And, you know, source, when it all comes down, then we come to the end of worlds or whatever like that. Source say, I gave you the keys, and it was in the Bible, but y'all try to say that the Bible was some voodoo, hoodoo stuff. But, you know, hey, a lot of times when we start discrediting things like that, sometimes the truth is in that. It's in that, but we want to go with the illusion of it. We discredit even with our twins. That's not him, because he doing X, Y, and Z. So we say, okay, well, that's what you say, but that's your twin. Okay, and so going back on that. So that is one thing. So the walls, prosperity within the palace. There are going to be some issues with government and money. Okay, this is what it's saying in the 7th Psalm. In the Psalm 122 verse 7. There's palace, some things of that nature. Prosperity. Gonna have to watch some kind of landmark gonna be kind of really, I don't know if it's the upkeep of it or something that's gonna be, gotta watch it. It's gonna be, I'm gonna say at stake, or something is gonna happen to it. Maybe they're not gonna be able to upkeep it anymore because financial restraints about it. Something about that, like almost like Taj Mahal. I'm being shown that like somebody's like they like we can't keep it up no more, you know, like it is taking too much for money wise. We ain't got the money like that, or something like that. Some kind of landmark. You gotta watch it, or it could be almost like the Notre Dame church, like that being set on fire or something. But I'm keep on getting pulled at some kind of famous landmark. If something might happen to it, kind of traumatic. That might happen to that. Okay. Next one. Let's go on to verse 8. For my brethren and companions' sakes, I will now say, peace be within thee. First thing when I said that, to me, it says that again, that word companion and brethren. Some of these people, and I'm gonna start with the companion because I think I'm gonna talk more so for the twin flames. When you say peace be within you, there are some third party energies I'm picking up from this, or anything that has been bringing you, like, you know, you say it's been disturbing your peace. Like I said, something about the nerves too as well. Watch it. That's being brought to me too as well. Something's going on with people's nervous systems. Okay. Because you keep on saying about this nerve. This is about the second time said about this nerve. So watch the nervous system. Something's going to go on ahead with, okay, I got a thing on that about a nervous system. So it's going to be a breakdown on people's nervous systems. I don't know where it's coming from, what source of it is. I'm not going to even going to name where I think it's coming from because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But people's nervous systems are going to be breaking down. Something about the nerves. Something's going about the nerves. It could be a discovery. We could talk about discovery about some nervous system things like MS or I say Lou Gehrig's. I don't know if that's nerves. I ain't too sure about that. Lou Gehrig's or oh Jesus, is that lupus? What my grandfather had. Oh God, I can see it. Parkinsons. Thank you, Granddad. Grandpa Pops. Don't matter. You my granddad. He probably brought it in too. Parkinson's, nerves. Some things gonna be, it might be some discovery on that, but it's also gonna be some breakdowns of people's nerves too. You know, like my nerves is bad, yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening. But then also it's gonna be down physiologically. It's gonna be a breakdown of people's nerves too as well. So watch that. But the companions, going back into that, the companions as well, those are that, it's going to be a point to where they're going to say peace be still, peace be within. Now I'm getting several things. I'm thinking about also when the priest says this, I'm giving you a sign of the cross, may peace be with you. Some signing off, some like I'm giving you a sign of the cross and just go on and going about your way, you know, giving you that, thanking you for the process, thanking you for the years, thank you for that. So there's going to be also some breakups for that. If you talk about situations that are no longer been peaceful to you, they've been working on your nerves. If that is something that you want to do, 2022 is your year to do it. Hit the vein, because again, already Spirit is already locked in and says that, hey, it's a wrap. It's a done deal for that. Because this is the year of being in your peace, returning back to your peace, claiming, like I said, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my peace, back into it. But again, or if you get your peace, you gotta go through some things too as well. Next thing again, as far as what's saying is your brethren, peace with your brethren, because I told you it's going to be some civil unrest. It's going to be a shakeup. Whatever it is, it's going to put some people at odds. It's going to also bring people together, tribes as well. Tribe to me is, again, we're coming together. Sometimes tribes have to fight. Sometimes because it's whatever it is, it's this alignment of things like that. But tribe to me also means becoming of the world, of the land too. This is land. This is native. As well, and so that's something kind of, again, is tribe of also survival too as well, because of what's going on into the world. So we have to think about the brethren. Now brethren is a different thing. Brethren again is again like soul, You know, like that's my brother right there. That means with us, it's beyond just like, you know, they come from a different mother or they come from a different father. We together, we got that kingship. That kingship is more so of a friend. There, we're not foe, we're not fighting. It's more so of us coming together because of that interest or that like brethren. So it's to me, a lot of times they saying that brethren too as well. So it's in spirit, coming together, being of one. That oneness coming from source to brethren also reminds me of when you're in like a fraternity, they talk about your brethren. That means, again, we took an oath together, we ride and die together, we do things together. I stand in back of you, I support you, I am there for you. So this is more of a supporter too. That tribe it has like a mixed energies too that I talked about earlier in that which one's the tribe there, that fourth verse out of Psalms 122. So again, it's mixed, it's all in there, but it's got kind of like a earthy, kind of like a physical 3D tone to it too as well. So for my brethren and companions' sake, I hear the words that I will not forsake you, nor will I mislead you. Forsake means, again, it's like my word is my bond. Whatever I tell you, I'm going to do that. Something about whatever this connection, and you talk about companionship, which is this bond that has been done there, that making sure I will now say peace be within you. So now I'm saying that. Now that could be again for the twin flames as well as being in these relationships here as well. Rather it's with your twin, or it could be with the karmic or whoever it is, this person that's in distortion, or anybody that you feel at this time that's not bringing you peace. Is several folds. It's at this point that, again, that they're saying I got a fork in the road, so I have to go with what they're telling me. At this point, if it's not bringing you peace and you cannot continue to go on in that way, this is a time to say goodbye, see you. There's another thing of saying again that, again, it might be as well then, hey, you in this connection with this person here as well, that you might not have been seeing them in peace, but now you see them in peace now, okay? And you giving it that way again, because some of that could be again the way you have been viewing them, past experiences, hurts, wounding. Now the wool has been pulled over my eyes, and now I can see you for what you really represent, which is peace. Now, I was going to say that, but someone about that say, I don't know, that's kind of triggering. Like, there might be a couple of people that might say, hey, you know, I didn't see you in peace. Maybe I can now, I'm going to stay in this a little bit more. I kind of get iffy with that one. It could be. And then say, I'm going to stay, right in that. That's not most likely, because we want true peace, okay? Unless it's like right now, because you got to remember again, they remind me, say, don't forget about free will. In some kind of way, they might turn it over and say, okay, I want to flip it, show me like that with the Kleenex. Flipping it over and over again. I'm going to flip it one more time. So I can blow with it, blow my nose, blow my nose, blow my nose. I'm going to do it one more time. This is the last fold. I can't fold it no more. This is my last one. I'm going to do it one more time. Try to do my nose. And if I fold it, I can't do no more with that. I got to throw it away, right? So for some of them, that might be where they are at too as well, that they got to do it one more blow under the nose, one more try. Say one last time, before I leave it all behind. Whatever. So I got to put you out of my mind this time. I'm stop living a lie. I'm down to what? My last cry. So if you're down to your last cry, and I know I'm going to change the lyrics. God bless if this gets to Byron McKnight. He's like, what the hell did she just do to my legs? Anyway, so if that's where they are, don't get panicky either, because it's like, again, they're going in there to really see one more time for them to truly see where that peace is. I felt the peace when I said that, because at first it wasn't peace with me. So that one. So now they're saying, and the last one, verse number 9, is because of thy house of the Lord our God, I will seek thy good. Because of this switch. Now this is 9. This is the ending of cycles. And in all things, they say they want you to understand, all things that even bad, there is always good. There's a lesson to be learned. In order for you to learn the cycles, the ending of the cycle, you got to go through all of these things. And if you're going through all of these things, you have to really truly understand that you're at a point where these things have to happen. That's a process. And I've been saying that too. In order for you to truly be able to see the good, you got to see the bad. And all this stuff that we're going to go through 2022 is also going to help us. They're saying something about September. It might take 9 months. Who knows? I'll be like, what? And then fall, and then it starts to kind of, yeah. For some of us, that's going to be the magical number. It's going to be 9. It's going to be the fall. The fall is where we're going to create that new change, where we have really truly evolved and become truly butterflies. Ain't no going back to caterpillar. Okay. Going to that, you know, and it's a process. It's the things of being without. It's going to be some civil unrest. There's going to be some things of on the outside, and not going to be so much with us that they have been doing the work and been connecting. They say that's not going to be happening no more about the shit, because right now with all that civil unrest going on, and like I'm going to keep it 100 with you all, it's like we need your lights to turn on. Okay, we need that light to be turned on. We need an anchoring. So we're not going to do too much and mess up with you, because right now we need you as an anchor. I'm seeing it showing me like my backyard, where I got those solar panel lights that leads me to my garage, because I can't see when it becomes dark, so I can see light at all times. No, we need to lead you. We need you to be a light to lead others. So a lot of us that's going on with this is not going to be really affecting you. You do your work, you shield yourself up, you build your walls up. Yes, some of them are going to come because of some lessons that we have to help you to be able to strengthen up and to power up your life so it can be more stronger. Yes, will that happen? But again, as long as you are calling on the spirit, the source, and your guides and whoever, your ancestors, whoever it is, to come protect you, again, that is. And sometimes they said, and some of them said, you don't have to sometimes call on, because we know your value, we know what your true worth is, and you don't need to do all of that. Sometimes you're doing that just to remind yourself that you are protected. You already know that. We already know your value. We already know, just like the president, where if he get up and he say he going to the washroom, or he going to McDonald's to go get him a hamburger, we know we all, the Secret Service got to power up and say, okay, we going, okay, Eagle is not going to McDonald's down there to go get him something to eat, because we have to go like that. They say we flow. It ain't no ask and permission or tell the people. We automatically know what we got to do as your guards, as your guides, as your protectors. We already know that. Okay, thank you for telling about that. So again, because of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek thy good. So we're getting to the point, because of all of these things that's happening out in the world. Now we're at the point that we seek good. There's no more, because we understand through all this stuff here that's happening in 2020, this gobbledygook stuff, we manifested that, because in some ways in our consciousness we have been looking for it. And we get it now. We had to unbubble all of that stuff, let that world manifest in the matrix as that, to truly get to the point to understand that this house, to me, is like, again, I am the house of the Lord, going to be able to seek and tap into that source of who is truly in charge of my life, who is really guiding my life, who is helping to orchestrate this stuff is. And again, like I said, we're made in the image and likeness of God or Lord. And that means we too, within our house, which is ourselves and beings, we have the power and the ability and the authority. Lord to me represents authority, to be able to call these things in. And so right here where it says the house of the Lord, because of the house of the Lord, because of the authority of our God, and I'm made in the image and likeness of him, and I am God. That means I'm part of, just like his father. Just like I can't say, oh yeah, I'm a booker, and I'm part of, and I'm a booker, that's who I am. Okay, so that again, because of me being in the family and made in, and I was produced and created from my father and my mother, which is the Bookers. And she's Jackson, and he's Booker. And together we become the Bookers because of the combined together again. That's who I am. I think a lot of times, there we go again. Oh my God, she's saying she God. Oh my God. I can't believe it sounds like Kevin Hart. Oh my God. She's saying she God. She thinks she all that. Oh my God. She thinks she better than God. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying again that again, God is within me. In my DNA, my spiritual DNA, my makeup, my substance of who I am made of the same particles that is of the universe, which means I am made of the same particles as God. Point blank. That's divine. That's where I came from, okay? And so again, I will seek thy good. And because I am now in that space, in that understanding, in that knowing that I am part of source. I am not part. I am source. Now I truly just seek good because of all these things on the outer has helped me to clear up my vision and to be able to see. That's what 2020 was to help us to start up, because we kept on saying, where 2020 come from? We gonna have the vision. We gonna be able to see. As 2020 said, yeah, I did do that. I did help you have the vision. Did help you. I started to clear off, just like I came down here and said, oh, these glasses is dirty. I came down and I helped you to start clearing off your glasses, what you were seeing, and saying, listen here, it's more than that. You're looking at things wrong. 21 came along to kind of, again, get some things in order. Let me see again for that one. Because 21 is a deeply spiritual number, and it ultimately brings together the third cycle of the seventh cycle of energy transformation. Energy transmutes into stages of 3. 7 times 3 is 21. Essentially, the 21 is the manifestation resulting from thoughts, emotions, actions emanating from the 20 or 2. And now we move into 22, which is now mastery. So we have to, it's a process. All of this stuff is stages. That's interesting. I never did know that. You got 3 stages. My grandma always say every 7 days you're changing. Every 7 years you are changing. 21 is the 7th year. So we were supposedly, as Earth or us, period, being 21, we are supposed to change anyway. So this cycle was needed. So we're now moving in 22, which is mastery. Mastery, again, with everything is our peace, abiding in the consciousness of spiritual peace, continuous realization of spiritual power, tempered with spiritual poise and confidence. That's where we're moving in. We're getting more into the back, which that's our high heart, the back of the heart. We're also moving into, in this one, which is the Israel, which is a place of revelation, letting us journey to the true north of our internal compass. And this year, 2022, represents us being David, which is our divine love individualized in human consciousness. Love in being, which is God, is the idea of the perfect unity in all existence. And we're moving into understanding when this divine idea is focused in man and it becoming into us, it is the Christ love on its inner inside and the Jesus love on its outer. And that's what we're working to. All right, then, this is a beautiful thing. I love doing it this way. This is all that it has came to, and this is what we are moving into for the year 2022. Okay, All right, as always, I'm not even going to put my things on there. I want you to settle and for you to think about that. But of course, anything that you need, go down into the description box below. It's got all of that great and good stuff down there for you. And as always, may we have a prosperous year. May with the year that 2022 represents for us really we move into, may we be covered by the love of Source, and anything that's not of our highest good, may we be shielded and protected from in the year 2022, because we know we are really moving into our own spiritual love, into our greatest version of ourselves, and really truly being able to house that Christ-like spirit, the Christ within and the Jesus without. As always, as within, ashe, ashe, as within, so without. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you. All right then, let's go into 2022 with this great knowing that everything is going to be all right. In love, in peace. See you.